Hey everybody, welcome to
Oh
Six
no,
Degree.
stop. Scratch. I
Well,
forgot.
where's the music? You gotta do the music.
I know. We started way too quick.
Not represent the views of Sun Large or felony in progress. This program also contains strong language not intended for those under the age of 18. Thank you and enjoy the show. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We used to have such fun together, and maybe you have what I need. But first I have one tiny question. Tell me, do you demons bleed? Hey, sorry but you just got in my way. I promise honey I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. Does that make me insane? Haven't been the same since I expired. Doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another fascinating episode of 6 Degrees of a Belly Dancer, or how as we so lightly joke around, SDBD. I'm here with Shasha, my friend, and we are with Alisia today for our finale. So tell me, ladies, what's the dirt?
Well, this is Alisia Marie Young, and she used to be she used to be my daughter. Just kidding. She used to be Alisia Marie Harry, but I wasn't going to say that. Yeah, she's going to be our guest today, and we're going to try to fuse together her work and what she loves. And let me just tell you what she does for a living. I'm trying to remember what she called it, but I do believe customer support trainer.
That is correct.
Thank you. And
So wait, let me
course creator.
I have a question about that. So
Yes.
you teach salespeople not to be dicks, generally.
Actually,
So
Does that sound about right? You teach people not to be assholes.
not in a sense.
Kind of complicated. That's why
So
I have a hard time.
mine specifically with education, what I do is I teach people how the Canvas learning management system works and how to troubleshoot it and to work with our users to be polite and stuff. But we also make sure that they are not punching bags. So we're not going to let people abuse them. We make sure that they know that they are supported. And if someone
Very cool.
is being abusive to them, they can hang up on that person. So
Very cool. That's a
do you
noble
remember
profession.
COVID?
Shit, I would lose my mind in that shit, dude. I would be blowing up on people all the time.
Well, shit,
What's
customer service, is that not a horrific job? I mean, we are here to fuse horror shows. I don't know what were you guys, horror memorabilia?
Oh, and I
was
pulled
just
out some
rolling with it.
doozies.
All
I
right.
pulled out some
We'll have a
doozies.
little show and tell, but we got to fuse that with customer service and being nice to people. And she's training people to be nice. But a little background on that, on the company. So remember COVID, Tony?
I do.
Back in 2020.
I do remember. I did. I'm a healthcare worker. Of course, I remember.
That's right. Well, everybody had to go home and go to school on the computer, right? So
no, not me.
Except for you, but people with the kids. And man, the kids learning school on the computer. There's a platform called Canvas. Have you heard of it?
I haven't.
Canvas?
No.
Have you heard
Not
of
just student or kids, but people in college and universities too. So that just expands it even more.
Right.
Teachers have to put their work on there. So basically, in a nutshell, I think what it is, because I had to deal with Canvas, and like you got to call people and learn how to navigate. And if you're a teacher or a professor, you have to learn how to navigate so that you get that information to your students. And I'm sure it's really frustrating. And in another nutshell, she gets all of the frustrated teachers. I don't know what other people you have there, but they call in very frustrated because they can't figure that shit out. And she talks them through it. Or wait, you used to, but now you're training.
Used to. Now I train people how to talk them through it. Actually, I'm currently revamping a course on de-escalation to help our agents learn how to de-escalate situations.
Very cool.
So
That is
that's
very cool.
Needs to
been
calm
fun.
my ass down sometimes.
Well, and you know, and I've thought about that. You know, like people who take their schooling at home. I imagine you'd have to be really disciplined for that to actually work. I
So
hated
disciplined.
homework when I was in high school. I hated it. It was the worst.
Right.
When I got home, I did not want to think at school. So like I can imagine just sitting at home all day going, God, I don't really want to do this. Okay, I'll get up and go watch TV for a little while. I'll get motivated. It just seems like you got to be a really disciplined person to be able to do school at home.
But
I
on the
agree with
teacher's
that.
side, I bet it's really easy because they're like, oh, I'll just let the computer do it. And then they go out to swim and stuff, right?
Oh,
Or do they?
I guess it
is that
depends
what
on
teachers
perspective.
do?
Work that way, I'm sure.
Teachers go out to swim. Haven't you ever watched a
Whatever
Bob's
they-
Burgers
Whatever
episode?
they do in the summer, they're like, you know what? That computer, that Canvas platform, that's got everything taken care of. I got all the kids' work on it. It's going to grade itself. And yeah, just set that
Well,
thing on
well,
enter and go. Right,
when I think of teachers though, I think of like Bob's Burgers, you know, and like the teachers at Wagstaff, you know, and what they do in their off time. They drink martinis and play cards with
I feel
kids
like
stuff
that's
that
accurate.
That sounds, yeah, that's right.
yeah, and they play games with the stuff they take off of these little kids, you know, and they drink martinis. That's
Are you working today, Alicia?
Yes.
Did you have any interesting mad people in the last week or today? Oh wait, you probably can't say any names or anything, but what's your most memorable since you're trying to de-escalate situations? Like, has it got pretty crazy?
I can explain my experience when I first started at this job, which is actually why I'm still here, is because of the support there. I had a day where I was trying to help a user and he tore me down, said I was useless.
oh
Later
God.
that same day, I had a person call in and they're being completely racist towards me.
Oh
And to end the
jeez.
night, I had a woman call in who was being sexist towards me. They didn't want to talk to me. They had to talk to a man. But
Oh,
with
wow.
my job, what happened is my supervisor got in touch with the admins with the institution because we don't put up with it. So each of those
Right.
people had to have a tough conversation with their supervisor,
Oh,
essentially.
I could imagine. And all those calls are recorded, I'm sure. So I mean, it's
Yes,
like, hey, man, we got you red-handed. You know, you can't say you didn't say this. You can't say you didn't do this. You were being a fucking dick.
I bet those calls are
exactly.
good for training, though.
On
That's
the
fucking
and on the flip side, now that I've spent some years there and I've practiced de-escalation techniques, I've taken supervisor calls where I've de-escalated situations. People are frustrated, especially during grade season. They try and get grades in there. And the best way to
Wow.
do it, honestly, is just listen to them, let them vent. And if they open up
Oh,
ways of conversation, like one person talked about how they're trying to set up a trip, I ask them open-ended questions saying, "Oh, where are you going?" And that calms them down, brings them back because now it's focused on them. We're listening to them.
that's good
So
advice.
techniques are
that is
nice.
actually good advice, man. Yeah, I should
See,
use that
that's a
when I
good
scream at nurses all
de-escalation.
day.
Let them vent. Some people just need therapy out there. Yeah, be a
I
therapist
am
too.
That's kind of
because
what customer service is, listening to them, vent, and being their therapist, free
well,
therapist.
Now,
today
what do
I
you
only had to
do?
jump on one nurse and one surgical tech, so it
You
wasn't
did?
too bad of a day. Of course.
How you, Tony,
Of
got really
course, man.
bad?
You know, they contaminate my stuff and I gotta redo it because they're being fucking idiots. But I love you guys. And you guys are listening. I love you. Okay. Don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah, of course.
I love you
So,
guys. You guys do a great job. So,
so you
but
did
yeah,
let that person vent.
I get a little high strung, especially if I've been there for 10 days in a row.
Oh
Makes
yes.
sense.
Sounds like this week, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's the same at the loophole too. I got all the kids going through their puberty and their testosterone and their whatevers, and it's hot. There's no air conditioning, and yeah, there's a
Well, you're still working at the
quite a bit.
Jiffy Lube, right? You're still doing the mechanic stuff.
Yep, I'm at the loophole.
Nice,
But I
nice.
listen to those kids upstairs, and yeah, they could use some de-escalating a lot of the times. So, when you're training people, do you have like you tell them to let them vent? Like, what if you're getting abused? You say you don't let them get like become a punching bag. What do you do? What do you say to that?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So letting them vent is if they're cussing out the product, canvas, whatever. But as soon as it turns into they start cussing out our frontline agents, or they start talking down, like calling them useless, garbage, anything like that,
Name
they
calling.
can immediately say, I'm happy to help, but you need to remain professional. If they continue, they just hang up, and then they tell the supervisor gets in contact with the appropriate people, and that person has to be talked to.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just thinking about some of my past things I was sorry that I was recorded about, and I'm like, what did they do? No, they fought right back with me. So good for you, Alicia.
Right.
Yes,
Think of it.
definitely
Great
a
advice.
difference between venting and using our agents as a punching bag.
Right.
Yeah, that's rude. I mean, yeah,
That is
that's
rude.
not the kind of
That's
therapy you're helping with there.
no,
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
that's dead wrong. That's dead wrong. That's
But customer service is a scary business. I guess that's why you
oh,
like it so
yeah.
much.
My wife is in customer service.
She is.
She's a manager at a PetSmart.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
kitty
that's
cat.
in person customer service too. That
Ooh,
seems
In
even
one of
more
the
tough because it's face to face.
in one of the scariest parts of town.
where
Oh no.
at? Oh, you Sacramento.
Yeah,
So
so
what is the shady
she
side
works
of
at the
Sacramento?
Florence store, which is South Sacramento, and that neighborhood is pretty gnarly. Like I went there one night and to get some food, because she gets like this huge discount. And there's just like a car burning in the parking lot, and there's no fire engines or anything. The thing's like fully engulfed. I'm getting ready for these guys to like pull out hot dogs or something. They're just watching it burn. I'm just like, oh, okay, it's flooring. But
That's the
yeah,
south
it's a
side of
pretty
Sacramento there.
gritty part of town, and it's like right
Wow.
next to this giant Walmart. So the
Those
kind of
giant
people that
Walmarts you
place
want to
brings
watch
around.
out for because they let the campers live there. You got a little hobo camp going on in the
Dude,
parking lots over
right? Yeah, but yeah, she has her rough days, this and that, or she has to do. One time she caught a homeless man masturbating in the cart return inside the store. Yeah. Another
Okay,
time, yeah, some hobo lady moved into the bathroom.
that's all just normal stuff over
Just
there. But
normal stuff,
being at the pet store and you start that sentence off, one time she caught a homeless man and then he paused. I'm like, she caught a homeless man? I'm like, put him in a pet store?
What'd she do with him? Did you guys keep him? Is he a pet?
Was he lovable? He's a
Oh
cutie.
my God.
Well,
Uh,
scary customer service, that sounds like a freaking nightmare. I mean, a total
you
nightmare.
do customer service?
But me, not me.
Yes.
I never even.
You never
I
go up
worked
to the
for
cash
Disney for
register
16
and
years.
say,
I've never touched that computer. I've only been
really?
on the cars. Yeah,
Wow.
customer talks to me. I'm like, oh, I show them who to talk to
Or
because
no,
I'm
you
running
look
the
at him and
store.
you go, no hablo inglés.
I gotta keep those cars pumping out. I gotta keep that floor going, and you
Oh,
gotta
geez.
really keep that focus.
Well, I know,
Oh,
yeah, don't they start lining up at like 7 in the morning?
well, yeah, yeah, those old folks. And
I
I'm an
went and
old
got in
folk.
line
Those
the
are the
other
old
day to
folks.
get my truck
You
on the
wait
oil.
there.
On the oil, I was being lazy. I'm like, I'm not going to do it myself. And I went to Jiffy
You're
Lube. I'm
one of
like,
those.
okay, I'll get there at 6:45, man. I'll be the first one at the thing. No way, I was the third, man. And they opened at
Officially 50.
7:30.
You're officially 50, dude.
Huh?
But you're officially 50, waiting before they open.
Yeah,
That's a smart thing to do. Get up early.
I am.
Well, what I want to do is I want to try and fuse this wonderful customer service with what Alicia loves. You know, what she finds. She finds metal and horror are her perfect little combo for her. And we're going to do a show and tell. And we'll probably do that since we're coming up on a break here pretty soon when we come back. And I don't know how we're going to fuse this.
And
Besides, customer
actually,
service is a nightmare.
this might help fuse it. Everyone at my job knows I absolutely love horror. And with Canvas, one thing that we get people set up with is they get their sandbox, they build a course. So in my sandbox, my students, teachers, they're all named after horror characters. My content that I help
Oh,
create
geez.
is horror themed content.
That's right. You
Wow.
know what else? She also creates training courses. Like she makes the training courses, like she's
Oh,
talking about.
wow.
Yeah, she create. Yeah,
Well,
Those ones are less horror themed, but
yeah.
I pulled out quite a pretty big selection to share with you guys today.
Ah,
A lot. So get
okay.
ready you're gonna see some things that are frankly, they amaze me still to this day that I actually own this kind of thing.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that. And then I have
Yeah,
one little
so
tidbit, and I want to see if Alisia brought anything to show and tell. Did you bring something to show and tell for
I
when you
got a
come back?
couple items on the shelf right
You
there.
got
I just
something
need
to
to
grab?
bring them over
Okay,
here.
yeah, we'll do that when we come back. And so let's take a
okay.
little break. I have like a 2-minute break. You guys can grab a drink, go to the bathroom, hit your vape, whatever. But
Rub one out. Come on.
well, okay, Tony, you go over there and do that. Okay.
Hey, people have
We'll be
needs.
right back. Look.
Burn me out like guts. Fade out when Centralia dust. Nostrils off of dust. Or like veins too many needles touch. If pain is beauty, I'm a pretty bitch. Gone too quiet, now they're whispering. If you blink, then you might miss it. Every hour is a week. I don't need sympathetics, I just need some room to breathe. Do not fucking talk to me, my genetics got me tweaked. Running from myself, I can't blame them when they leave.
911, where's your emergency?
There's blood everywhere.
That sounds very grisly. Sir, I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions. Have you had any trouble urinating?
No,
Do you have any new sexual partners?
no.
I need to know what you had for dinner this evening.
A salad.
Could there have been beets in the salad, sir?
There's spinach.
Was there goat cheese?
Oh, yeah, actually, there were beets in there.
Yes. Beets often change the consistency and the color of your stool.
Really?
You're gonna be fine. I promise it's not blood, it's beets.
Oh, damn. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
911, what's your emergency? Please stop crying.
Don't roll your eyes.
They can't see me rolling my eyes. Should have known I'm rolling my eyes.
What?
What have you eaten today?
I had a bowl of soup.
At any point, do you think you had any beets?
No.
Okay, what kind of soup was it?
Borscht.
Borscht is actually made from beets, so you did have beets.
What should I do?
Just flush a couple times, you'll be fine.
911, where's your emergency? Are you able to breathe?
Yeah.
Is it beets?
Yeah.
Great.
Hi, was it beets? Yep. Yeah, that's up.
911, how are those beets you ate tonight?
Hi, I assume it's beets?
Beets, butt. What's your problem?
Do you have a red toilet?
All that is, ma'am, is just beets discoloring your stool.
We call it a stool
You
stain.
don't have rectum cancer.
It's beets. You didn't notice I had a haircut.
Where'd you get a haircut?
Right here. This is shorter.
911, where's your emergency?
I've had a car accident.
Can you tell me your exact location?
I'm not sure.
Did you have any beets in a salad or beet chips or
Beets, am I understanding you correctly?
beets, the vegetable?
I was in a car accident. I'm covered in red. Wait a minute.
You know what? You're right. It is beets. I crashed into a beet truck. How in heck did you know that?
Sir, it's always beets.
I think I'm covered in beet juice.
Of course it's beets, sir.
Thanks for calling.
Hello? 911.
Here with funeral arrangements. The flesh is living, but the souls have smiled. The wrath of God lies beneath their soil.
Tonight, don't give up, don't let go. I'll make this right.
Welcome back to 6 Degrees of a Belly Dancer, and that is my cute little daughter. Is that not the face of customer service? Oh, you got to tune into what you
She's a beaut.
cute little
I-
face.
I was
Customer
thinking
service,
more of little demon baby with the darkness and the shadows.
which is the dark side of customer service. Yeah, I wonder what they talk about us customers out there behind our backs. I'm sure it's pretty dark. All right, it's show and tell time. Who's going to start? Tony, I saw you squirreling around in there.
I want to
That
see
piece
what
of yours.
Alicia has here. I want to see what she has here.
Oh, were you
And then
scrolling around,
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Okay,
Come
yeah,
on.
he's going first.
I got
What
a
do you got?
just a couple things I got from, we talked about FearCon the last time.
Right.
And they had the murder museum come, but one thing I have is a piece of glass from Columbine. I gotta remove the background just for a moment here.
Ooh.
Otherwise, no one's gonna be able to see what I'm trying to show.
I like your
Bear
house, though.
with me. Oh, thanks. I wish that was my house.
Oh,
That's the Winchester Mansion, actually. So I guess
oh, in
that's my
San
first
Jose.
show
I
and
knew it
tell.
was. I
Yeah.
knew it, dude. I'm like,
So
I
I'll put that
know
back
that.
up.
I'm like, I know that house. I'm like, where is that?
I'm
It's an
trying.
hour and a half drive away from me.
No way,
Love
really?
it.
Yeah, it's San Jose.
Ah, Alisa, you
It's
went
kind
there,
of a
right?
creepy place.
Yes. I took this photo
Went off.
actually.
Oh, did you go at night or during the day?
I went during the day, but I'd love to go back for their night tour.
Wow.
But I guess that's my first show and tell is I visited
Okay.
the house. It was really
All right.
nifty.
Yeah,
No,
it's a fun little
Oh,
place.
no ghosts though, but that's
No
okay.
ghosts.
Next time.
Next time.
Bring your copper poker wire things they have. Hangers.
Okay. Do you guys want to
Yes.
see something kind of cool? Do you want to see something kind of cool?
Yes.
Do you guys know what a playbill is?
Yeah.
I'm not
So,
familiar with that term
like a
Like
little
actually.
like
program for
in
an
New York
opera.
in like New York City or San Francisco, Los Angeles, on the streets where they'll be doing construction, a lot of times they will post playbills
Oh, yeah,
on there,
okay.
and they'll paste them on, okay, to
Okay, like big
promote their
flyer.
movie or their band or whatever. So I have
Their band.
no,
Oh.
yeah, their music band or whatever, but
Oh, okay. Sorry.
an
My
original
headphone up.
unused playbill with 4 signatures.
Unused.
Oh,
says
that is
repo.
awesome.
Alicia,
My
what is-
husband
And-
loves that
what
movie.
is that? Alicia,
Repo
tell me
Man
what
the
that is.
That's me with Paul
The-
Sorvino.
Oh, that's
Oh,
you.
nice. That's awesome.
An instant cult classic. Wait, Repo, the what? What
The
the,
gen-
the genetic op. Oh, the genetic opera. This I never heard of this. Alicia, you have heard of it?
Yes,
You've
it's
never
actually one
heard
of
of
Scott's favorites.
Yeah,
Oh, it's an opera.
yeah. Well, it's a rock musical. Um, it's very good. I cannot believe you have not seen that movie. But this is like super rare. These don't exist, and I was lucky enough to go to a couple conventions to get it signed, and it's probably one of the coolest things I have. But I do have one more piece I want to show you. So
Sweet.
this
Yeah.
is probably the rarest thing that I have in my collection at the moment, and probably the most expensive.
Rarest and most expensive. I'm scared. What is it? Is it scary or is it creepy? What will it be? It is. Oh,
Oh,
classic.
that is awesome.
Just, yeah. I mean, that's classic.
Original
Here's
press
Johnny.
and mint. This took me a long time to find, and I kind of paid a lot for it, but I needed it to finish up my Kubrick collection, and I'm just surprised that I even got
I mean, okay, Clockwork Orange is my number one because I love Kubrick.
it. I
movies
have that one
and
too.
The Shining. Now, what are you showing us? That's not a playbill. That was a record.
This is a record. This is
So
an
it is a
original
soundtrack
pressing.
to The Shining, folks.
There are only
It's pretty
about
shiny too.
100 of these in existence left.
How many?
About 100.
My goodness. So tell us where you got it. Did you?
I bought it at auction.
Oh yeah, you're auctioning stuff.
I bought it at an auction.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want
Okay.
to say how
Well,
much I paid for it.
Alicia, your turn.
Your turn.
What
All
you
right.
got?
Perfect. So, FearCon Murder Museum. And ignore the back, it's chaos. The
That's
first
her
thing
real haunted
is a
house.
piece of glass from the Columbine incident. So mine's more true crime than horror. Well, I guess
That
it was
is dark.
horrific too.
That is
And that's from the
dark.
original negative?
That.
I'm not sure about the picture. The picture is like the original thing, but there's a piece of glass in it that actually came from
Oh, so it came
Oh,
from
there's a
there.
piece of glass in there from the window that they shot out.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's
Man,
creepy.
That is a picture like
That-
from the camera in the lunchroom. And
That is one of the
shows those
creepiest things
pictures.
I've ever seen.
That's pretty damn dark.
That's pretty damn dark.
That shit-
Damn, dude, you just blew me out the water there, didn't you? Oh my
Yes.
God.
Chills every time when
Hey,
looking
a
at
little
it.
Hey,
tidbit there.
maybe you want to talk about a sale?
A sale of she might want to sell this. I only
You
have
wanna-
one.
if maybe you are interested in selling it, but
You might be
Okay.
interested in this. It's a little bit weird. I don't have it to show and tell, but I can tell you about it, Alicia. Your grandma is going to hand you down when she passes away you guys remember phone books from the day? Alisia, you might have been a kid. We used to have phone books, like the yellow pages and the white pages, and they would come on your doorstep. And sometimes they would have magnets on them with like little advertisements. And Grandma Jeannie, my mom, collected, people collect Reader's Digests, they collect National Geographics. Well, Grandma Jeannie liked to collect phone books. So when we were finally getting rid of phone books, the magnet stuck on there was a real estate magnet with none other than Josh Powell. You know Josh Powell, Tony? The
I don't.
guy who from Salt Lake in 2009, he kidnapped and killed his wife, assumably. They haven't found her body, but he moved to Washington and in a nutshell came back and he
Is that
killed
where
his
he took his
the
kids
house.
camping in the middle of the winter?
Yeah, that
Is that
one.
the same guy? Okay, yeah.
So
Oh,
it's this
dude.
real estate magnet from the yellow pages of, it says Josh Powell or whatever. Was it real estate, Alicia? I can't remember.
Yeah,
You
you're
still-
right. It's
You
real
still
estate.
have it?
No, it's my mom's. Well, it's
Oh,
at her
okay.
house, but it's gonna be Alicia's. So it's gonna be her
It's my
hand
inheritance.
down. It's her family heirloom.
Okay, we're gonna have to
Go to
talk
her
more,
kid, and then it'll
Alicia.
be from Grandma
We're gonna have to
Alicia.
Of all the
talk
true
more.
crime.
We better put that.
We are gonna
So
have to
there you
talk
go.
more, me and you, because
All
I actually
Tony's
have
turn.
my turn. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is actually pretty cool. This was probably one of my favorite days. Okay.
Dates?
Days.
Oh, days. My headphones. To Tony, sweet dreams. And what is dude's real
Linda
name?
Blair.
Sugar Baby?
That is amazing.
Wait, who
She
is
was
that?
that's Linda Blair from The
Oh,
Exorcist.
fuck, Linda Blair. That's the Exorcist. I'm
And
sorry.
dude,
I
she
thought
was
that
such
for a
the
minute.
coolest lady, man. I mean, she's like a huge animal lover, which I am an animal lover. And dude, we talked for about 15 minutes, and like the people behind us were just like, "Come on, can you move it along?" I'm just like, dude, leave me
You're
alone.
like, it's Linda Blair, damn it. And I'm like,
Right,
well,
I'm
no, we're
talking
in
with Linda
line.
Blair. Exactly. You're not going to get this chance every day. So,
Wow, that's
and
cool.
she was just an amazing lady. Thank you, Linda, if you're listening, for that time I spent with
Thank you if you're listening. Sweet. Hey, Alicia, go. What do you got on your shelf?
What do you got?
I got on my shelf.
I got a speed
Next
thing going.
is a piece of Manson's hair. Same place, murder museum. It's hard to see. It's a tiny little thread in there.
Oh,
But
wow. That's
next
pretty
piece.
valuable.
Both of them
that's
have
DNA.
the certificate of authentications as well with them, because I know people ask that every single time.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna
really?
throw that out there now.
Oh,
They
okay,
have
yeah.
certificates with them, so that's
Oh,
legit.
of course.
Dude,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
DNA. You could make a new Charles Manson.
You're going to grow
in the
your
future.
own
You have them
Manson?
in your closet.
Oh,
You'd be like,
man.
you know what? You got
I
that 3D,
couldn't quite.
printer?
I'm going to
It
grow
doesn't
my
have
own
the
Manson.
follicle from the hair. So
Oh,
Oh, you have to have a follicle?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
got to be down.
technology is just moving right along. You might be able to do it with your iPhone, in a few years.
You're going to grow your own Manson.
Yeah, if you got his hair.
So,
Tony, what you got?
well, as far as that stuff's concerned, I don't have it in my possession anymore. But one of the creepiest things that I've ever had in my possession was a copy of Silencer, Death Pierce Me.
Silent.
Yeah, it's this band from Sweden from a while back,
Oh.
and they were really weird. Like before the singer would go on stage, he would slaughter a pig and wear his hooves out on stage. He always covered his face with a mask, and his name was Natram. So
That's
they
more
made
real than
this.
war.
Yeah, they made this album called Death Pierce Me, and during the recording of the album, he sliced up his arms while he sang.
What
And
the?
then, by the
Maybe
time the
there's an
recording
arrow
had
there.
ended, his brother ran out of the house and attacked a small child with a hatchet. The child lived, but when the police arrived, the brother blew his brains out. After that, Natram went into a mental institution and pretty much hasn't been heard from since. But I had one of those records. There's only
A hell
10
of an
them ever
album.
pressed. Yeah, there was only 10 of them ever pressed, and I had one in my possession. I was doing an appraisal in San Francisco, and I kind of flat out told the guy, I says, "Wow, this is really cool." I said, "But
You're like,
it's technically
almost
illegal
a
to
snuff
be here."
album.
Right. So the Swedish government, after all this went down, they said any sale from the records, any of the proceeds have to be given to the victims' families, which means none of those copies are allowed to leave Sweden unless it's for an astronomical amount. And the last time one sold, it sold for $250,000.
That wasn't you selling it.
No, but I pretty much told him, I said, you have to send it back because I can't sell it.
That sounds illegal to even
He's all,
have.
well, can I do it? And I says, you can do whatever you want. I'm telling you that I can't be involved with because I'll lose my appraisal license. So
it'll bring you bad vibes for sure.
And it would bring me bad vibes, but I wanted it really bad. I did. I wanted to bring it home. It is really creepy, but being an avid record collector that I am, I wanted it.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
You've summoned this cat. This Alex's
Oh
cat
my-
is trying to climb all over my butt here.
But I do have one more piece to show you if you guys want to see.
Yeah, let's hear.
Yeah.
Let's hear.
So
What do you have?
I got to meet this man before he died, and he was just one of the most amazing people. When I seen him the first time, he stood up because he's almost 6.5 feet tall. He looked at me and he said, "Boy, you just look like you just shit the bed." And then he wrote it on my picture. Watch.
Oh, that's what he wrote on there. That's very sweet. Sweet message.
I was
Oh
wondering
my
if
gosh,
it was
that's
going
that
to
Rob
be him,
Zombie
just
dude.
based on
Hey.
what you said.
Alicia,
That
who
is amazing.
Look, he
Tell us
wrote
about it.
shit
House
the
of Thousand
bed.
Corpses.
Yes.
And his
This-
name?
Sid
Sid.
Haig. This is Sid Haig, the legendary,
Ah.
and he passed away during the making of Three from Hell.
Yes.
During
I
a
have a fan art drawing that I got from FearCon that has a big image of him and then the three from Three for Hell walking.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, he was such a nice guy though, dude. And I mean, he was like decked out, man. He's like wearing full on turquoise, like this
Jeez.
whole cowboy vibe. And he was just
And
a
he
great
didn't wear
guy.
his clown face.
No, he was himself.
Yeah, can't imagine what
He
he looks
was an amazing guy. Man, I
like. Yeah,
was
Tony,
so
you have more horror and death stuff than I thought.
Oh, dude, and I've barely
I
even
don't
scratched
know.
the surface. You guys want to see one more?
Yeah, let's see another.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I have anything death and horror? No. No.
Original playbill. Original from the year.
Original. Okay.
Doug Bradley signed.
Laser.
Oh,
That is badass.
nice.
You know, when we saw that at the Monster Museum, their little Hellraiser display, and Andrew said, "Is that Julian K?" Andrew.
Oh my God. Okay, well, what do you got for me?
Yeah, let's see what do we got.
Let's see, because I know you got more cool stuff, dude.
Huh?
With the stuff you've shown me, you've got a lot of cool stuff.
Let's see, Alicia, what do you have on the shelf? What do you have on your latest little bobblehead collection, or don't you have any playbills too?
I don't know if they're
No.
original. I just picked them up from FearCon.
Oh,
And I
okay.
didn't know if they're playbills so much as just like the movie posters in a smaller, condensed way.
Right.
But I have a few of those across the wall. Freddy versus Jason, Friday 13th, and they're like hung up on the wall in the
Nice.
living room.
Within reach.
Shining, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
But I also have a
wonderful.
life-size cutout of Jason Voorhees just right up
Oh.
against the living room wall. And
I
he was
remember him at
actually
your
a
wedding.
participant. Yep, a participant at my wedding. He had his
Oh,
own little,
geez.
Man.
what is it? What's the one that
The
men
little
wear?
bow
Yeah, he
tie
had his
for the
own
guys.
boutonniere.
His own boutonniere.
Yes.
Cute.
For mine and my wife's 5-year anniversary, we went to Vegas and we got married by the same Elvis that married Rob Zombie and Sherry Moon Zombie.
That's
man.
awesome.
Were they dressed like Elvis?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He sang and did the whole 9 yards, and yeah, dude, it was
Oh,
fucking
okay.
rad. We had a great time.
Sweet.
Yeah, we did that for our 5-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, fun.
Yeah, can you believe it's 15 years ago?
Yeah, Tony's been married you've been married for 15
I've
years?
been married for 20 years, dude.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, man, that can't be right because I've been all right. Awesome. You know what? We are almost out of time, but I wanted to just mention that our soundtrack today was brought to you by Amy.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Amy, whoever you are.
Amy. It's
That
me?
would be her.
That's my
her
alias.
initials.
Don't share that with
Oh.
people.
Marie
That's if I ever get caught by cops or
Young.
something. I go by Amy.
You're not cops?
Oh, okay.
He's confessed.
I don't know that. I don't know her, man. I don't know Amy, man.
Yep, she
Yeah.
gave me the soundtrack for today's show, and Yeah, I remember you guys were talking about Ice Nine Kills before we left, so we're probably going to leave with that.
Well, because they got Terrifier on stage, man, and he's rad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Terrifier.
Art the Clown.
Yeah.
Art the Clown, man.
Have they come here to Salt Lake?
They
Ice
have
Nine
a few times.
Kills?
Well, they're
Yeah,
touring with Metallica right now, right?
I believe
Yeah.
so,
They're
yeah.
touring with Metallica.
What? Oh.
God, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
dude, I saw Metallica, man, in the fucking 80s and 90s, and seeing them now is just weird.
Yeah, I actually saw what they look like now, and I wouldn't even know. I'm not too big. I mean, I don't listen to too much Metallica, but I like to remember them back from the 90s with those
Dude,
long
the only
hair.
Metallica albums I own are the ones that go, the first one that go all the way to the Black Album. After the Black Album, I didn't buy any.
That was the end of them. They just don't know it yet.
I just don't know yet.
They just don't know it.
All
Also,
right, guys.
a couple of those songs that I chose, don't know if either of you are familiar with Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss. Amazing little anime TV series. Not
Did you
safe for
say
work.
Hotel Hell?
No, Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss. Those two
Oh,
TV
okay,
shows.
okay. Oh, okay. I haven't heard of those. No, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but
Definitely would recommend Hell of a Boss is YouTube only
Oh,
until
okay.
third season. That's going to Amazon Prime. The other one's Amazon Prime. It's about characters in hell. Two of the songs for the soundtrack, though, are just some fan-made songs for Has Been Hotel. But
very
they're
cool.
about demons and, yeah, not suitable
Yeah,
for
Tony,
children.
because
Nuts.
you're always
Great.
watching the TV.
Great TV shows.
I hardly have time to watch
Right.
any TV. I mean, I try to, but then they start putting all the series in,
Well,
and you have to
dude,
watch.
I
more than
started
one, and
watching
then
the
I
new
get
show
lost. I'm like,
recently.
you know what?
Okay.
I'm just dead. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I started watching that show on Amazon Prime called Duster,
I've
haven't heard of
Duster. I
that.
heard
and
some
it
people
is
love it.
it's
I haven't
actually
watched
it's
it.
actually really cool. It takes place in the 70s, you know, and these guys got all these badass
Oh,
cars.
okay. Yeah, I
and
saw a
it's
little commercial. For
it's
that.
actually really good. And I'm like, wow, I haven't actually found a show that I like to watch in a while. This one's all right. So,
Neat. Well, what have we learned today, Tony?
what have we learned today?
Have we
We've
learned how to
that
de-escalate
I've
a
learned how to.
situation? So at work,
Have
when
I learned how to
somebody just
de-escalate?
there
You know,
sneezes
I
all over
will.
your tools and
Sure.
stuff,
Sure. Yeah, I will think about that tomorrow when I'm at
let them
work
vent to you
before I'm
first.
about
Do
to
a
tear
little
the head off of
therapy
some poor little surgical tech.
before you let them
I'll
have
remember
it.
that, and I will breathe, and I will remember what Alicia told me. Hey, I heard you were going to the Caribbean. Right? Is that what we want to do?
An open-ended question, exactly. You
But
did learn something.
before I get too mad, I just go
that.
stop and I go, hey, aren't you going on vacation? Well, yes, okay.
And they're like, got no time for vacation because
No,
I'm
you know what they would think?
out.
They would think I was on drugs. They'd be like, something's wrong with him, man. I don't know. He's weird today.
Well, you know what? Thank you so much, Alicia.
Thank you, Alicia. It's been a
Our
pleasure.
season
We need to
finale.
talk more. We need to talk
Yes.
more. You've got a
It's
cool
been fun being
collection.
on here.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
got a
I need
cool
to grow
collection.
it a little bit. Right now, I just have the 2 items.
Let's do this again. Let's do another show and tell, and you guys go and gather your things that are about. Like take.
I thought
something off the
this
wall
was
or
the season
something.
finale.
No, I mean like next time. You know,
Oh,
if we
okay.
ever open
Oh,
up
Future.
next
this
time. Okay.
project again. But yep, we have Alisia Marie Young, customer support trainer and a training course creator for Instructure. And right, Alicia? Instructure
Yeah.
or
So
Canvas?
Instructure owns Canvas, but I'm on the specific project of Canvas. So customer support trainer on the Canvas project at Instructure.
Oh, I need a pyramid. Okay.
Yeah, pyramid would probably be easier.
Well, the most important thing is that you find horror memorabilia and metal music really fascinating, and Tony loves that. And he learned how to de-escalate. All right. So you guys hang out for a little bit of Alicia's outro pick, and then we'll see you next season. Maybe.
Thank you guys. It's been a fun season. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We finally got this shit to work and just in
Right.
time because now we're
Oh.
closing shop.
And there's one more
Sorry, guys.
OAS, right? There's one more OAS.
Oh, yeah, well, of course, we have the season finale of
the
OAS.
season finale of OAS.
Probably the day after Father's Day. So watch out for that, and then we'll officially see you for next season.
See you for next season. Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Hang on a
It's been
minute,
fun.
Alicia, okay.
We
All
love
right.
you.
My dear, no, you don't have to cry. That ain't a pretty legacy to leave behind. Stop and smell the roses while you've got the time. Pretty soon you'll be pushing up daisies where the sun don't shine. sunshine.